Good morning. It's Pastor Bob Grenier from Calvary Chapel here in Visalia. The will of God for our lives is something that the Apostle Peter speaks about on 4 separate occasions in his first epistle. In chapter 2, verse 15, he says, "For this is the will of God, that by doing good you may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men." And so here, Peter is expressing that God's desire or his inclination toward us, that which pleases him, is that we would do good, and that by the doing of good, that witness in our life will put to silence the ignorance of foolish men who speak evil of Christians and so on and so forth. So then the question becomes, well, what does it mean to do good? Well, if we looked at the first chapter in 1 Peter, he says 3 things there. First of all, be holy, or set your lives apart to God for his exclusive use. That would be one way of doing good. Set your heart toward God. Secondly, he says walk in the fear of the Lord, which means to respect God. It means to coordinate your life with God and to demonstrate that fear by your obedience to his will and his word. Thirdly, he says for us to love one another fervently with a pure heart. So being holy, walking in the fear of God, loving one another, and then fourthly, in 1 Peter chapter 2, he speaks of putting out of our lives those things that are malicious, hateful, backbiting, evil speaking, and to take in the Word of God that we might grow. These are things that contribute to how we do good. And so may the Lord use you today. May he use me. May we walk in that way of doing good. And may God truly use our lives to help people who are without Christ. They're just unfortunately ignorant of the grace of God. So may God richly bless you. Bye-bye.